Hello students. In class 9, we learn about classification of matter based on its chemical properties. There are two types of matter, pure substances and impure substances. We also learn that pure substances consist of single type of particles, means the pure substances are made up of same type of particles. These pure substances are further classified as elements and compounds. What are the elements? Elements are the basic form of matter. It is the simplest form of matter. Elements cannot be broken down into simpler substances. So from the elements, even more simpler substance cannot be obtained by any chemical process. This we learn in 9th. These elements are made up of single type of atom. So all the elements are made up of only one type of atom. Till date, 118 elements are known. So to study all these elements, to study all their chemical properties, physical properties of each and every element is quite difficult, and it is time consuming also. So these elements are further divided into metals, non-metals and metalloids. You know this. You learn this in standard 8th also and 9th also. You also know about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Students, these metals, non-metals and metalloids are very useful in our day-to-day life. Here you can see the pictures of some metals and some non-metals. Out of 118 elements, 95 are metals, 17 are non-metals and 6 are metalloids. Based on their properties, we are using them. For example, for making ornaments, we are using silver, gold, platinum. Copper, steel, brass, aluminium are used to form the utensils, or in the form of utensils we are using all these metals. Many metals such as zinc, calcium, magnesium, these are the micronutrients which are essential for our metabolic processes. Iron and its alloys are used in industries, in automobiles. Non-metals like oxygen, carbon, nitrogen are essential for life. Without oxygen, we can't survive. Carbon also plays very important role in our life, in the biosphere only. Also, for different industrial applications, all these non-metals and metalloids are very useful. So, today in this lesson, we will discuss about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Now question arises, what are metals? See, metals are the elements which have 1, 3, 2 electrons in their valence shell. And so as they are having 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their valence shells, they can easily lose the electron and forms cations. Cations means what? Positively charged ions. So these are electropositive elements. So what are the metals? Metals are electropositive. Why? Because they can lose the electrons and form cations, that is positively charged ion. For example, sodium. Sodium, what is its atomic number is 11, electronic configuration 281. Having one electron in the outermost shell, it can lose the electron and form Na plus ions. So the metals are electropositive elements. This you learn in class 9. Examples of metals are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, etc. Non-metals are the elements which have 5, 6, 7 electrons in their valence shell. This we will discuss afterwards. So what are the metals? That except hydrogen, elements that form positive ions by losing electrons during chemical reaction are called as metals. As metals are electropositive, they are having low ionization energies. They are characterized by different characteristics which we are going to learn in this video, such as they are lustrous, sonorous, good conductor of electricity and heat. Valency metals typically have 1 to 3 electrons in the outermost shell. So they are having valency 1, 2 or 3. So let's start with the physical properties of metal. First thing is state. Metals are solids. So generally all the metals are solid at room temperature. Here exception is mercury. Mercury is the metal which is liquid at room temperature. Gallium is also liquid on hot days due to heat because it is having low boiling and melting point. Luster. See, metals possess shining on their surface in their pure form. This means they have luster. So the shiny surface or metals have ability to reflect light from their surface, and this ability, this characteristic is called as luster. So metals are lustrous. Gold, silver, copper, all these are reflecting light or these are having shiny surface. Next is malleability. Metals have the ability to withstand hammering and can be made into thin sheets known as foils. Metals are malleable means metals can be hammered into thin sheets, and this property to be converted into thin sheet when hammered is known as malleability. The most malleable metals are gold and silver. Zinc is the less malleable metal because it is brittle. So zinc is not so malleable. Next is ductility. Metals can be drawn into wires. See, ductility means the ability of metal to be drawn into thin wires. We can form wires from the metals. Gold is most ductile metal. Students, do you know we can draw wire of 2 km in length from only 1 gram of gold. So from only 1 gram of gold we can draw wire which is 2 km in the length. Here again exception is zinc. Zinc is not ductile, though it is metal, but it is not showing ductility because it is brittle, it is not so hard. So due to this malleability and ductility, metals can be given of different shape according to needs. And so due to this property, with the help of metals, different utensils, different articles can be formed as per our need. Next is hardness. All metals are hard except sodium and potassium. These are very soft and can be cut with knives. See, students, can you cut metals such as iron, copper with knife? Obviously no. So we can say that metals are hard. But here exception is what? Sodium, potassium and lithium. These are very soft metals. We can say that these all are what? Alkali metals. So we can say that alkali metals are soft and we can cut them into pieces with the knives. So they are soft like paneer. So these three metals are very soft. They are not hard. Also, as I told, zinc metal is not so hard. It is brittle. Brittle means when you will apply pressure, when you will try to break it down, it will be broken into smaller and smaller pieces. So this is the one of the property of metal. Next is conduction. Metals are good conductors because they have free electrons. Silver and copper are the two best conductors of heat and electricity. Lead is the poorest conductor of heat. Though it is metal, but it is poor conductor of heat. With this, bismuth, mercury and iron are also poor conductors. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Students, have you observed? So one pan is kept on the burner is on, and ladle is also there in the pan. After some time, the other end of ladle become hot. Why this is so? Because the property of metals that they can transfer heat from one point to another, or heat can flow through within the metals. They are good conductor of heat and have high melting points. So we are using utensils, cooking vessels made up of metals, because metals are the good conductor of heat. And so we are using cooking vessels of metals, so it can transfer and it can cook our food. Best, as I told, best conductor of heat and electricity are silver and copper. Poor conductor is lead and mercury. Metals are good conductors of electricity also. So we are using wires of copper to carry current in our homes, as they are good conductor of electricity. Students, have you seen these wires have a coating of PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, or a rubber like material on it? Because this PVC, polyvinyl chloride, is bad conductor of electricity. These are the insulators, and so we are coating copper wires with this PVC to avoid shock or to avoid electric shock. Best conductor of electricity is silver and copper, but as silver is costly metal, we cannot use it for the wirings or for the making wire to pass electricity, and so we are using wires of copper. Tungsten is the poor conductor of electricity. Tungsten is having highest resistivity. It resists to the flow of current. So though it is metal, it is poor conductor of electricity. Next is density. Metals have high density and are very heavy. Iridium, osmium have the highest densities, whereas lithium has the lowest density. So density is what? Mass per unit volume. Most of the metals are having high density except lithium, sodium and potassium. These three metals can float on the water. So lithium, sodium, potassium are having low density. And also this sodium, potassium are highly reactive metals. When kept in open air, these metals can react with atmospheric oxygen and or they can react with the moisture and releases hydrogen gas. As we all know, hydrogen gas can catch the fire as it is highly combustible, and so prevent this, these metals sodium, potassium, lithium are stored in oil or in kerosene oil. Melting and boiling points. See, metals have high melting and boiling points. Tungsten has the highest melting and boiling point. Here exception is gallium and cesium. These are the metals which can melt on our palm. If you will take gallium and cesium on your palm, it will start melting. So these are the two metals which are having very low melting and boiling point. With this, sodium and potassium also have low melting and boiling points. Metals are generally silver grey or golden yellow in color. As I told, they are generally solid in form. Now we will discuss about non-metals. So the elements that tend to gain electrons to form anions during chemical reaction are called as non-metal. So what are the non-metals? Non-metals are the elements which are having 5, 6 and 7 electrons in their valence shell, in their outermost shell. And so non-metals gains the electron and forms anions, that is negatively charged ion. And so they are electronegative. So the electronegative elements are called as non-metals. For example, we will take example of oxygen. Atomic number of oxygen is 8 and its electronic configuration is 2, 6. So in its outermost shell it is having 6 electrons. So the elements which are having 5, 6 and 7 electrons in the outermost shell, which can gain the electron and forms anions, that is negatively charged ions, are called as non-metals. So electronegative elements are non-metals. These non-metals are having properties like non-lustrous, brittle, poor conductor of heat and electricity. Non-metals can be in the gaseous state or liquids or solid state. The liquid non-metal is the bromine. We'll discuss the properties, physical properties of non-metals. Now see, physical state. Most of the non-metals exist in two of the out of the three states, that is at room temperature, that is gaseous state and the solid state. So most of the, as I told you, there are 17 non-metals. These non-metals generally exist in solid or gaseous form. Only bromine is the non-metal which is liquid in state at room temperature. So exception is bromine, which exists as liquid at room temperature. Non-metals are of various colors. We can see in the picture. Here we can see colors of non-metal. Sulfur yellow in color, phosphorus red in color, carbon is having gray color. So we can see variety of colors in the non-metals. Next is, these are non-malleable and ductile. So non-metals are very brittle. When we will hammer them, it will broken down into smaller and smaller pieces. So these are brittle and cannot be rolled into wires. So we cannot prepare thin sheets, or we cannot draw wire from these non-metals. Conduction, they are poor conductors of heat and electricity. See, these non-metals cannot conduct heat and electricity. So these are used, see, this PVC or wood, rubber, plastic, these are used as the insulator because these are poor conductor of heat and electricity. These are bad conductors of heat and electricity. But here exception is graphite. Graphite is one of the allotrope of carbon. Graphite also, carbon fibers are also. These are the allotropes of carbon, and these are good conductors of heat and electricity. Graphite can conduct electricity. So only graphite is the non-metal which is good conductor of electricity. Next is luster. They have no metallic luster, or they cannot reflect the light. They are having dull surface. Their surface is not shiny. Melting and boiling points. The melting points of non-metals are generally lower than the metals, but highly variable. So they are having low melting and boiling points as compared to metals. Here exception is diamond, allotrope of carbon. Diamond is having high melting and boiling point. Non-metals are non-sonorous, means they cannot produce ringing sound on striking to hard surface. In case of luster, the non-metallic substances are non-lustrous, they are not having luster, but the exception is iodine. Iodine is having luster. Iodine is a lustrous non-metal. Students, remember that non-metals are non-lustrous except iodine. Non-metals are brittle, having low density than the metals. They are having low density than the metals. Again, exception is diamond. Diamond is not brittle. It is the hardest natural substance. Rest all the non-metals are not so hard. Those are brittles. But diamond is the hardest natural substance. So these are the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Here we can see in the form of table all the properties of metals and non-metals. First one is physical state. Metals are solid at room temperature except mercury and gallium. Non-metals are generally exist as solids and gaseous. Exception is bromine, which is liquid at room temperature. Melting and boiling points. Metals generally have high melting point and boiling point except gallium and cesium. This gallium and cesium can melt on our palm also. Non-metals have low melting boiling point except diamond and graphite. So diamond and graphite are the allotropes of carbon which are having very high melting and boiling point. Density of metal is generally high. Exception is sodium, potassium and lithium. And non-metals is having low density as compared to metals. Malleability and ductility. Metals are malleable and ductile, and non-metals are non-malleable and non-ductile. Electrical and thermal conductivity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. And non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Here exception is graphite. Graphite and carbon fibers are good conductor of electricity and heat. Luster. So metals are lustrous and non-metals are not having luster except iodine. Sonorous, that is producing ringing sound. Metals are sonorous, can produce ringing sound. Non-metals does not give sonorous sound. Hardness, generally all the metals are hard, exception is sodium, potassium and lithium. And non-metals, solid non-metals are generally soft except diamond. Diamond is the hardest natural substance. This is physical properties of metals and non-metals. Thank you and have a nice day.